Bengals getting down to the nitty-gritty in practice. Mike Petraglia outside Paycor Stadium. Here on Thursday afternoon, the Bengals back in full pads, getting ready for the 5-2 San Francisco 49ers this Sunday, 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It was wide receiver day inside the Bengals locker room as both T. Higgins and Jamar Chase spoke at length about not only what it's going to take to beat San Francisco this Sunday, but what it's going to take for the offense, namely the passing game, to be more consistent going forward, something that certainly is going to be necessary if the Bengals are going to get on the second half run that they have showed the last two seasons en route to the AFC North Division title in 2021 and 2022. T. Higgins said here on Thursday afternoon, it's been a more serious tone at practice, and that's a good thing. A lot less chit-chat and more focus on what the Bengals need to do offensively to be on time, to be in rhythm, which they frankly have been the last three games to start the game. But against Tennessee, of course, the train went off the tracks very quickly in that blowout loss. Then at Arizona and home against Seattle right before the bye, the Bengals showed very good signs of getting off to fast starts, and certainly in those two wins against the Cardinals and Seahawks, the Bengals were able to play with the lead for most of the game, and that really is what the Bengals offense needs to start producing. But T. Higgins said, yes, a lot less chit-chat. We're more focused on getting the details of our offense down, and I think that is going to help us going forward, Higgins said. Higgins also took time out to thank fans who showed their love and support for his mom, who was involved in a fairly serious car accident. Her car tipped over about 2 weeks ago, and she came out a little bruised thanks to that accident. But T. Higgins kind of joked after the media session, saying she still has that smile. She's going to be okay. She may even try to make it out to San Francisco and watch Higgins and the Bengals against the 49ers this Sunday. But certainly T. Higgins in a very grateful mood here on Thursday afternoon. As for Jamar Chase, he kind of echoed what T. Higgins said about the seriousness and the focus, but he also noted this about the San Francisco 49ers defense. They are physical and they are fast. They are flying all around the field. No one knows better than Jamar Chase. When I asked him if he has paid attention in the past and on film to Fred Warner, their Pro Bowl linebacker, and he said, paid attention. I blocked him 2 years ago on a couple of routes when we tried to get our run game going. He is a very physical, very skilled linebacker, and certainly the Bengals will have their hands full making sure that they have eyes on him, especially Joe Burrow, have eyes on Fred Warner at all times, not only Nick Bosa. Both of those players, Bosa and Warner, are definitively game wreckers if you let them get out of control and go unblocked. So that's certainly something that the Bengals offense will have to keep in mind. As for the injury report, there was a new name on the report. Chase Brown, the rookie running back, showed up with a hamstring injury. He was taking kick returns during the media availability portion of practice, the portion that's open to reporters to view practice. He was available then, but he did show up limited with a hamstring injury. Also, Orlando Brown Jr., for a second straight day, was out at practice, full pads, taking part in the individual drills, but officially limited in practice. We'll find out more about his availability come come Friday when Zach Taylor updates reporters, so we'll get a better sense as to whether or not indeed he will start at left tackle against San Francisco on Sunday afternoon. Well, that's the report here on Thursday afternoon. We'll have you completely covered on clnsmedia.com and clnscincy.com. Be sure to check out my columns and locker room coverage at those two sites. Also, be sure to check out my YouTube page, youtube.com/@JungleRoarPod. And as always, on Twitter, @Trags, TRAGS. Outside Paycor Stadium, Mike Petraglia, CLNS Media.